Alright, we are going to show you how to get your quarterly water cultures. So you should have one of these packets that you get from the clinic here. Inside, we have all of the instructions that you would need. Everything is typed out, and it reminds you samples are to be drawn February, May, August, and November of each year. We do them quarterly. So the 3 different places we are going to get our samples from. We're going to get a sample from our sack right down in here. We're going to get a sample from our pack, and we're going to get a sample from our tap water, which is going to come from your sink. So our yellow cup and our yellow tubes here are going to be our sack samples. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. You will also need an alcohol prep pad for our lab tubes to get our sack sample. So this tells you, it does tell you on here, sack sample, get from the turkey foot. So we get our sack sample from this green turkey foot right here. You want to go ahead and open up your sterile tube. These are sterile, so you want to make sure you're wearing a mask. Your hands are nice and clean before you get your sample. You're going to open this up. Make sure you're not touching anything. We are going to clamp right here and take off our brown cap. Then you're going to turn on your PureFlow and open up your clamp. So you just want this to fill up about halfway. Should be good. You want to make sure you get enough water to fill both of those yellow tubes over there. Once you get enough, you're going to clamp it. You can turn off your sack, your PureFlow, and then you want to clamp this. This line is no longer sterile, so we don't want to use this for treatment anymore. You'll still have 2 turkey feet there to use for your other treatments. Then you're going to take your lid and put that back on the top. Right down here, we want to rip this off. This is what keeps our cup sterile. Don't put your finger down in there, that is a needle. And you're going to take your 2 yellow tubes. You can use Accept or Alcavis if you would prefer to clean the top of these. We like to use alcohol. You're going to clean that off really good, just to make sure there's no bacteria in there since this is a sterile sample. You're going to push this down onto the tube, and it's just going to fill that tube right up. If for some reason it does not fill your tube, save this cup for us and bring it into the unit, and we can get some more tubes for you. You're going to do the same thing with this sample. Clean it off. Do the same thing. Stick it right down there and get your sample. It'll automatically stop when it's full. I'm going to take that off. So these are now finished. The next one that we're going to get is from our pack. So we are going to take the conical tube that says pack sample. We're going to get it from our blue clamp line. So that is going to come right from down here from a pack that's already been primed and everything. So we're going to close this up and we're going to close this up. We are going to need our Mr. Peanut. This comes right in your pack for your water samples. And we're going to use our 60 cc syringe. Gonna hook this, hook this to the end. And where we're going to get our sample from is this small part right here. So right in between our non-reopening clamp and our other small clamp. So we're going to disconnect here. We're just going to screw that right on. Now you want to make sure that you're keeping both of these ends sterile. Open up this clamp right up here, closest to our pack, and you're going to see that syringe automatically start to fill. You really don't need that much. I usually let it go between 20 and 30 cc's or when it stops. So it looks like we're stopped. We're about stopped there. So we're gonna close this clamp back up closest to our pack. We're gonna disconnect right here. And we're gonna put these two right back together. Make sure that you go ahead and open back up those clamps so when you go to make a sack later, it's ready to go. Then we're gonna grab our pack conical tube, open it up, and just squirt that sample right down in there. Usually, if it's between half to 3/4 full, it's good enough. That'll be plenty. The last one that we're gonna do is just fill up our tap water. You're just gonna go to your sink, fill this up to about the 40 line right there, and then you're gonna return these to our clinic. These two samples are not sterile. All we're doing is just checking the different molecules that are in here. They're not sterile, so you don't have to worry about that. Then you're going to put them back in this bag, and you're going to bring them into the clinic at your next visit.